A week on from the greatest show on turf, the racing is back at Sha Tin for Look for Jewellery Race Day. Here's exactly what we've got coming up on today's edition of HK Direct. And Pingwu Spark will go around as one of the better chances in the highest class race, the Class 2 over 1,400 metres. Plus, we chat with Hugh Bowman, the best jockey for 2017. I'm pleased to say that joining me in the studio is John Bland. John, before we get on to what we've got this week, let's look back at last week and what a super day of racing it was at Sha Tin.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Some wonderful stories. Derek Young being one of them. Nashra Willer, of course, on Mr. Stunning. A lot of it's already been said, but it was a fantastic international day. As good as I can remember in my time here.
Absolutely, and looking ahead to this week, 10 races, mixed meeting. Thought there was a bit to like about the meeting. Obviously, we're looking at race 10, but a lot of new horses that are going to be stepping out as well. Yeah,
there's been a lot of new horses this term here at the Hong Kong Jockey Club, and one or two very interesting ones, especially in this 10th race that we're taking a look at.
Absolutely, so let's get on to that then. Race 10 is the event that we're going to be previewing on today's show. It's the Look for Jewellery Beloved Collection Handicap. Eastern Express is up the top. He's dropping in class. Pingwu Spark has won 3 of his 4 starts this season. Limitless is back onto the turf. Good Standing is having his first start here in Hong Kong. Big Bang Bong racing very well. Dr. Jeff, former Irish horse who acquitted himself well at his first start here. Zilong raced a shocking luck in New Zealand prior to coming over here. Happy Agility and World Record. Stepping up in class on the back of last start victories. The field goes down to Magic Power, another former Irish horse. OK, John, so let's have a look at some of the key contenders for the final event on the card on Sunday. And the main form race for mine is this race where we've got Pingwu Spark and also Dr. Jeff. This is Pingwu Spark, the big grey who was right behind the speed on this occasion. We've also got Dr. Jeff, who was just trailing him there in those covers.
Yeah, well, I mean, theoretically, Ed, Dr. Jeff should get a little bit closer to Pingwu Spark given the weight pull, but I just really like this horse. Of course, flagged up by Graham Cunningham start of the season as a horse to follow Pingwu Spark. Great thing about him as well, he's got really good gate speed, and Derek can do just about what he wants for him with him from the gates. And here, he had to work a little bit to get involved, but in a race on Sunday afternoon where there's not a huge amount of early pace, I fancy him to get a good beginning, good position, and he's the one they'll all have to run down, and I think they'll struggle to do so.
And I thought that Dr. Jeffrey's first run in Hong Kong was a big effort.
Yeah, he trialled very well a couple of times prior to this. Of course, he was the winner of the Tetrarch Stakes in Ireland when trained by Ger Lyons. He's clearly got an engine, and he might get a little bit closer to Pingwu Spark, but as I say, he's got gate 12 as well Sunday afternoon. He had a better draw on the piece of VT that we're seeing here. So for me, he's still got it to do, but he's a very promising type.
The other thing to note from that race, Time to Celebrate was third behind those two horses. He won last week, so Frank, the form has already been franked. We mentioned new horses before, though, at the start of the show. This is one of them, Good Standing, a Group 2 winner in Australia as a 2-year-old, a Group 3 winner as a 3-year-old. He's now a 4-year-old, and this is his first run here for the John Moore stable.
Yep, and this is a really good trial as well. Amazing Star has always trialled well since he's been in Hong Kong, and he also won a race quite recently. Has beat the clock as well in third. He's a regular good trialer and a fantastic racer. And this fellow, Good Standing, yeah, all that good form from Australia you were talking about, and he's gone really well here. And I think there's every chance. I don't think he'll win on Sunday, but there's every chance he'll make a place.
OK, so there are your thoughts then on Good Standing. Really good trial as we saw there. He was ridden in that trial by Zach Purton. Here are his thoughts.
He's got a nice action. He moves well. He's you know, quite well balanced. His form tells you that he's a pretty handy horse, but you know, he's very big in condition. He's very heavy, very thick in the wind. So whatever he's going to do first time out, he's going to continue to improve on, and he'll get better as time goes on, I think.
Can understand too where Zach's coming from with those comments. You'd imagine with a horse like Good Standing that ultimately the Derby is going to be his aim.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely get a bit further in time, but I think he's got a pretty solid chance, and World Record, he's got an interesting chance in the race as well, first time in this grade. And another last start winner is Happy Agility, he won at a big price last time out. He's not got a particularly great record in the grade, but it was an eyebrow-raising effort last time out. OK, but what order have you got them in then? Well, I'm going to go with Pingwu Spark on top. I think he's the obvious way to go in the race. I think the race will be run to suit him. He should be able to get himself into a good position. Like I say, he's got tremendous gate speed, this fella. Dr. Jeff could well go right to the top here in Hong Kong on the basis of what he did last time out, but I think he's going to struggle to overhaul Pingwu Spark despite the weight pull. Good Standing should go well, even though Zach might be thinking that he could do with the run. And Big Bang Bong in the hands of Moreira, he's been a very consistent horse for a while now and seems to go well over all trips ranging from sort of 1400 to 1800.
Okay, so 2, 6, 4 and 5 are your numbers for the highest class race coming up this Sunday at Sha Tin. But I mentioned before too, it was a huge week last week here in Hong Kong racing, and one of the main events was the presentation of Longines World's Best Jockey. It went to Hugh Bowman. I caught up with him a few days prior to him receiving the award. Well, Hugh, spoke to you last year after winning the IJC, also success, second Cox Plate with Winks, your success with Werther in the Derby and the QE2. But did you ever think you could go on and even better that this year?
Not really, Edward. I don't really think like that. Obviously, I want to do the best I can with the opportunities I've got. And obviously, Winks has had an amazing year in 2017, and it's been accompanied by some other really good horses that I've been able to ride as well. So yeah, certainly did build on 2016 and very proud of what we've been able to achieve this year. But yeah, it's just gone from good to better, really.
Just take us through that ride with Winks, Hugh, leading into the third Cox Plate. Huge build-up and expectation. What was it like for you?
Well, for me, it's, you know, a lot of expectation and a lot of, you know, I wouldn't call it pressure, a lot of responsibility, which comes with added pressure compared to riding any other horse naturally. But particularly when she had to miss the start first up, I think all eyes were on her then, and you know, is everything going to go smoothly? And I certainly felt an added bit of pressure after that incident. But from then on, things went very smoothly, and after her winning the Turnbull at Flemington, we were very confident. We were right back. You know, she was back to her very best.
Winks goes to the front, 200 to go. Humidor to the outside. It's Winks in front by a length. Humidor on the outside is trying hard. It's Winks in front. Humidor's coming at her. Winks is holding on. The great mare completes the great trilogy of the turf.
She's an amazing athlete. It's a privilege to be a part of her journey, and it's a highlight, you know, of any jockey or any person in racing. To be associated with such a horse is very special, and you know, all of us involved with her certainly understand that, and we don't take anything for granted.
You're going to be crowned the world's best jockey on Friday night here in Hong Kong, beating the likes of Ryan Moore, Frankie Dettori. An achievement like that, what does it mean to you?
Well, it means a great deal. I mean, it certainly sounds good. My personal view is that, you know, the top jockeys from around the world, I mean, it's really more to do with probably the horses you're riding, the opportunities you got, as to who's better than the other. But certainly for me, I've had a highlight season, headlined by Winks naturally, but amongst others, the Japan Cup, of course, winning on Werther, the Hong Kong Cup and Lucky Bubbles. So it's been a highlight year. I've ridden 16 Group 1 winners in total, so even if I didn't achieve the prestigious award, it would have been a highlight season for me, and that's just an icing on the cake, really.
He won 10 of the world's top 100 Group 1s this season, Hugh Bowman, 6 of those coming on Winks, of course, the champion mare in Australia, but we've also been privileged, really, John, to see him ride here on a number of occasions this season. Yeah,
we have, and Hugh just mentioned there his win on Werther in the Hong Kong Cup. It goes back to February now, but if you watch that race again, the horse had no luck in the run whatsoever. He was really chopped up on the final turn, and as they turned for him, he was in a bad position, but Hugh didn't panic, didn't really resort to his stick until the very latter stages of the race, and then once that button was pressed, Werther found plenty for him. I thought it was a lovely ride, and it was a very good performance from the horse as well, but it's a good one to relive, but he's had a fabulous season. He has indeed. We're nearly out of time on today's show, but let's just confirm what we've got coming up for you on Sunday afternoon at Sha Tin. The trackside live coverage starts at 12:30, 10 race card, and the highest class event comes up at the very end, the Look Fook Jewellery Beloved Collection handicap at 5:50 Hong Kong time. For the fields, the form, everything you need, it's all there on the website, hkjc.com. You can also follow everything on Twitter as well at hkjc_racing. Always good to have you in the studio, John. Let's hope we've found a winner there with Pingwoo Spark. Let's hope so indeed. Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, John. Good to have John in the studio today. Good to have your company. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday, previewing Saturday racing at Sha Tin. But until then, it's goodbye. Goodbye.